Hello and a very warm welcome. This is Her Space. I'm your host, Edna Thiongombugwa. Today we have a wonderful guest on the show, the amazing Angela Kariuki, aka Angie's Closet, Angie on Bonds, and she'll tell us a lot more about herself. She's a mom as well, and she'll tell us her story and how she integrates motherhood and all of the other things that she does. Karibu sana Angie, and please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you so much, Edna, for having me. So my name is Angela Wanja Karaoke, or Angie on Bonds, or Angie of Angie's Closet. And I am 38. Wait, am I 38 or 39 years? You know, after a certain age, you're not sure what age you are after 35.
You can choose 34.
34 it is, or
Yes.
26, even better.
You look 22.
Oh, I'm flattered. Thank you. So Angela Karaoke is a financial consultant at Angie on Bonds, where I advise people on how to invest in treasury bonds. Angela Karaoke is also a fashion stylist and founder at Angie's Closet, where I dress the woman to step into work in elegance and class. Angela Karaoke is also a mother of 2 beautiful daughters, and I am a lover of life.
Awesome. Wonderful introduction. And I love the love of life.
I love life.
Awesome, awesome. I will talk a lot. We'll talk more about bonds because it's like Greek to me. But let's start with your motherhood journey. Since in this podcast, we look at women inspiring others and women who've gone a journey, and there are many women coming after us who will pick up some tips and lessons from us. So I would like to start with your own mom. Tell us a little bit about your mother and how has your mother inspired your own journey?
Oh my God, my mother, my second God. That's what they say.
Wow.
She's been an amazing woman. I can't even describe her in 1 hour because she's been a pillar in my life. And I think the far that I've come, I can say it's mostly because of her,
Yes.
her push, and what I've seen her do throughout my life, and well, my siblings as well. I have 2 younger brothers. And she's been this woman who tries to be all. She's the disciplinarian. She's been the supporter. She's the one who wants the best for her children and will do anything just to make sure her children are on the right track. And
Yes.
being an African mom, you know what that means.
Yes.
So I've seen her work so hard. I've seen her sacrifice so much. I still don't understand why she keeps working so hard, yet we are all grown.
She's not paying school fees
She's
anymore.
not paying any.
And she's
school
not in a
fees.
yacht headed to Seychelles.
But she's still working every single day. She wakes up in the morning and there's just work to be done. She's still working. She's still worried about her adult children.
Is she retired or she's still like working or self-employed?
She's been in the business for a very long time.
Okay.
So she still hustles. I'd call it hustle, you know,
Yes.
our mother. She's still hustling, doing this, doing that, and doing well. And that really motivates me because I look at her and think if she's still at her age hustling,
Yes.
and not because she needs the money, because she tells me you can't afford to stay just like that. She calls it nde. You
Yes.
can't just stay like that. You have to wake up and do something. Otherwise, you'll just become something else, which will lose relevance.
Yes.
So she's still active. She still motivates me. She still checks on us. And I'm glad that she's still there because I've gone through rough patches in my life.
Yes.
And she's been the pillar that has kept me going. I don't know what I'd have done without her.
Oh, God bless her. What would you tell her today? And what's her name actually?
She's Rose Wanjiro. We call her Wakaris because my dad is called Karaoke.
Okay.
I'd say I'm really proud of you, Mom. And you have no idea how much you inspire me. And I am because you are.
Awesome. God bless you. God bless you, Rose. You did a good job. Look at this. So when you think about what maybe some values, and you've talked about hard work, she's still working so hard, and you need to take her to Seychelles. I don't know who you will leave doing her hustles.
She will say the chickens need to be fed.
Yes,
So
like
she
my
don't know how to
mom.
live,
Exactly. My mom and dad, they're still chickens, cows,
you know.
and the home cannot be left alone.
They never stop.
Yes, but I think they wouldn't stop because if they did, maybe they would not feel useful.
Yes, and it's still part of them keeping young.
Yes, it helps.
So it helps for them to do something. Even my father, it's still, he's retired, but he's busy farming.
They're
Not
busy.
because they really need the money, but
Yes.
because they need to stay active.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they will age very fast.
True. Yeah. Because my parents wake up at 3. They do dairy. So they have to wake up, supervise milking, all that. I'm like, please, guys, if I were you, I would wake up at 10. They wouldn't.
Let's wait until we get to that age and see if we'll slow down or not.
Yeah, maybe we'll end up waking up at 2 a.m.
You never know.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for that. How has that inspired your own journey? How has your motherhood journey been like?
When I look at my mother and the fact that she never gave up, she's still at it. She works so hard. She pushes herself so hard. Despite she's had challenges as well. She has a medical condition. She's a post kidney transplant patient.
I'm sorry.
And you'd expect that she'd slow down because of that, but no, she works.
It won't stop her.
It won't stop her. So when I look at her and the challenges I face, I ask myself, so if that's her with her condition pushing herself so much, what's stopping me? What's slowing me down? I can do much more. I still have the energy. So whatever comes my way, I can push through, and I've been able to push through. So I get so much of my strength indirectly from her. When I look at how she's working, she's carrying out her life. Yeah.
And as you're raising your 2 daughters, are there things that she did or you watched her do that you're now applying, or where do you draw your knowledge to do this mothering from?
You know, Edna, the more life changes, the more it remains the same.
Yes.
And I've looked at from generation to generation. I've looked at my grandmother, the mother to my mother, who is another just hardworking, amazing woman. And I've looked at my mother. And I've looked at myself and I'm like, okay, this looks like the same,
just the pattern.
It's the same
it's so
pattern.
The same, yeah.
And I try to show my children, look, this is how women should be. We are go-getters. I actually tell them, look at my mom, look at my grandmother. We are go-getters in this family.
Yes.
So we have to go for whatever it is that we want to have. It doesn't just come, you go for it.
Yes.
So in a way, I inspire my kids as well to follow the same. And I tell them, watch what I'm doing. I'm not just here in the house doing nothing. You can see what exactly I'm doing. You can see me rise. You can see me move from this to that. And I want you to watch and learn. Because again, children do more of what you do as opposed to what you tell them. They'll pick what you do.
Yes.
So I'm very, I really want them to watch and learn from how I carry myself, how I carry my life, what I do. So I can say it's just from one generation to the other, to the next, of watching one another, what exactly we are doing and following the same route.
Yeah. Because it's more role modeling.
Yes, role modeling.
So when you think about motherhood, and a lot of people, we've discussed the good things, the challenges. What are some of your highlights? The good things that you enjoy
in terms
about being a mom?
Being a mom. First of all,
just makes you glow already.
Mothering your own self.
Yes.
I look at my children. I'm like, okay, this one is me. That character is me. These are the one. That's me. So you try to parent a character, could be a good or a bad character, but you know that bad character is you. Like, I'll give an example. My firstborn, who loves sleeping like I do, is not a morning person, which I'm not.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm trying to make her become more of a morning person, or at least push herself. But I know that's me.
After having pushed yourself for all these years.
Yes.
Or being pushed.
To like wake up and
at
move
5.
At 5, and you're like, why are you waking up even at 6?
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'll get mad because she can't get up early and
to go to school.
Yes. But I'm like, yeah, that's me. So I have to find a way of mothering myself.
Yes.
Then I look at the sister and I'm like, okay, that's not me because she's an early riser.
Okay.
So I think the most interesting bit is just studying their character, which is totally different. I mean, same mother, same father, but just totally different characters.
Yes.
I'm like, wow.
Their own individuals.
Yes, and now trying to help them in their individual journey, because everyone is walking their own paths, and I don't want them to be me. I don't want one to be the other, and just guiding and directing them as they grow up, so that I just, direct them in their correct different paths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other joys, other fun times.
Woo, being a kid myself, I'll take them out or on a holiday, and I'm like, I'm also part of that.
You're running on the beach.
Yes, I think growing up and raising them up rather and being part of them is fun. I keep saying I like the fun bit of motherhood. I don't like
Yes.
these other ones of you have to do this, you have to discipline, you have
Yes.
to direct. I like the bit where I also become a child just like them. I like that. It makes me feel younger and it's so much fun.
And the challenges.
Woo! The challenges. Oh, those ones you
Yes.
can talk till kingdom come. Motherhood is really a blind journey. And I tell my children, I've never been a parent before. I'm doing this for the first time with you guys. I
Yes.
don't know how to do this.
Yes.
So you'll bear with me. You'll guide me as I parent you.
True.
And one of the biggest challenge I have is I am a single mother.
Yes.
I am a divorcee. I have been divorced for the last 10 years. Do we still call ourselves divorcees? I mean, after 10 years,
I
that's a
always
long
wonder,
time.
and the word is quite long.
Yes.
Is there another way of saying?
Or do you go back
I'm
to
single.
just being single? No,
I
I
think
mean,
you
after
are.
10 years, you need to be single, not a
And we're going to
divorce.
talk about that in a little bit.
So it's a big challenge bringing up my children alone. Where again, it's a blind journey. You don't know whether you're doing the right thing. You're just trying this and trying that. You don't want to take up whatever it is that you're being told or reading or learning, because you also want to do it your way.
Yeah.
And it's all so confusing. It's all so tiring.
Yes.
Motherhood is really, really, really tiring.
Yeah.
And you can't take a break. There's no break from motherhood, because even when you go on a break, you're still mothering.
Yes. Even while we are here.
Even as we're here, they've just called me. They're at my mom's place. They're on holiday.
Okay.
So they're there for a week and they're still calling me.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be on a break, but there's no break. And I'm thinking of the next term. Next term is coming up. I'm thinking of fees. I'm thinking, I don't know who needs what.
Yes.
It's really a tough journey having to figure that by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're hacking it. You're acing it. You're looking like you're handling it very well.
Where sometimes you go back to your bedroom and cry, and you're like, oh God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes.
Then you get out of there smiling like you've
Confident.
got everything
Together.
Oh my gosh. I say a day at a time.
A day at a time.
Yes. And when you see them, they're still alive. You're like, you're doing a good job.
Yes.
Yes.
I in the last event when we were together, where I met you and I told you about this podcast, you introduced yourself like that, like you've been divorced and how you've handled it. And I thought that was interesting. It is nice for even people to hear how someone's journey has been. Yours is 10 years. So there's someone who is separating now, or maybe going through the divorce process. How has that been for you? And how has your journey been? You can just tell us a little bit about that.
You see, when you get a challenge in life, sometimes it feels like it's the end of the journey.
Yes.
But until God says he's done with you, then he's not done. Your life is still there. You're not done. Challenges are there. You won't be the first divorcee. You won't be the last. It's not the end of life. There's more to life than that bit, and you should not just fully focus on it. So when I got into separation, then subsequently divorced, it's challenging, of course. No one gets married in the name of or thinking that you'll get divorced. No one ever does that.
Yes.
It just catches you off guard, and you have to deal. And the challenge is if you dwell on that, because it's a very negative phase of life, and if you dwell on that for too long, then you'll be swallowed
Yes.
in your own lamentation, in your own why me. I mean, why are you asking why me? Who else did you want that to happen to?
No one.
No one.
Sure.
So embrace it and see how to get over it. It's just a challenge like any other challenge in life, and you have to face it very positively.
Yeah.
So what I did, I had a very hard time, a very tough time. And but I knew, I mean, yeah, this has happened. These are children.
Yes.
And guess what? Life goes on.
Yes.
There's no one time at now everything will stop because your marriage is not working. Life has to go on. Bills need to be paid. The kids need to continue schooling. I mean, life goes on. So in that space, I gathered all the energy and transformed it into a positive energy. You know, whatever it is that you face in life, whether it's a good thing or it's a bad thing, it's an energy. A negative energy, a positive energy, it's an energy.
Yes.
And you need to know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
So mine, I transferred it into my passion. I love dressing up. I love looking good. Glam life and soft life.
Angie's closet.
Angie's closet.
Yes.
And that is how Angie's closet was born.
Ah.
Because I focused on looking good.
Or that before then you were still self-employed, or you
I
were...
was employed.
Okay.
My background, my education background is in finance. I did BCom
Okay.
at KU. I'm also a CPA finalist.
Okay.
I'm a certified accountant. So I was employed as an investment banker
Okay.
for quite some time. So
Okay.
yes, I was employed. But during that time, I just put all my mind and focus on looking good on something, because you have to have something that you're looking forward to. Otherwise,
Some
everything
positivity.
some positivity. Everything looks so dark at that point.
Yes.
And that is the point where many people get lost. They'll get into either drinking, they'll get into depression. If you're not careful, that's a very sensitive stage. So you need to know what to do with that energy.
Yes.
So if you can channel it to something positive, that can build you. The same energy can break you. So I got into looking good, and somehow Angie's closet was born, because now I started getting so
good
many
fruit.
It's a good fruit. So many compliments, and guys, everyone was like, okay, where do you buy your clothes? Can you get an extra pair of shoe, an extra pair of dress? So I started buying stuff as I shop for myself and buying for others and selling, and I mean the demand grew. I got into social media and I'd post images of me. So for those who follow me on social media, I didn't just start posting myself on social media. I started back then.
Okay.
And you know that when you're told, wow, you look nice, it does something to you. It
Yes, and you
feels
do look
something.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank
was
you.
looking for the word to introduce, like vivacious, or like, oh, you look so yummy.
Thank you so much. So with that, I was able to start Angie's Closet, which has been there for the last, 8 years now?
Well done, congratulations.
Thank you. So we're on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, and we glam up mothers or women. So it has a meaning. It's more than a business, because it got me out of that dark hole.
Well done.
So with that, I was able now to focus on the clothing and now a business. And with that, I'm able to help women look good, because I know it elevates their self-confidence.
Yes.
And with that, you can easily move someone from one dark hole to a brighter side.
And it did that for you.
It did that for me.
I must be doing that for many people.
Yes, it is doing that for many people. So it's not just a business, it's a journey. It's a transformation for me,
It's
many
purpose.
women. It's purposeful.
I love that. And I think, and so what you're saying is, looking at your inner passion and drawing to that helped you overcome the challenge of divorce and now move forward. But how has it now been raising are you co-parenting, or how do you manage?
Whew, T for tough. I can say, would I call it co-parenting? I can say the father of my children is in their lives.
Okay.
Not actively, which is still fine, because I appreciate the fact that he's in their lives.
Yes.
They're able to, it hasn't been smooth, but I think at some point you get over the fights and the necessary drama.
Yeah.
There's drama that it entails a lot of drama, but with time you get away from the drama and let people be. So he's let me be, I've let him be. So he's I'd say yes, he is in their lives, and they know him, and they spend time with him. Yeah.
And in your life, and this, what I'm talking about is just like, how is it for someone who is coming in now? What are some of the 2-3 things you tell them to focus on? I love the passion part because it really helps you and it can build something good out of it. It's a good seed, taking that energy, all of it, into something that can grow. What other things would help a woman who is going through divorce right now?
I'd say as a woman and as a human,
Yes.
you have a purpose on this earth.
Of course.
You're not just created or born
Yeah.
to become a wife or
No.
just born to become a mother.
No.
There's more to life than it, and you need to find your purpose and focus on it so that you can grow.
Yes.
And you'd be astonished by what you'll discover that is inside of you.
Yes.
You have a purpose, and once you find that purpose, then you won't keep thinking, oh, I'm alone, oh, I'm doing this alone, oh, why me? Or you'll stop complaining so much about your life, raising these children probably alone or having that drama when you focus on your purpose. What are you on this earth to do? What is your purpose on this earth?
Yes. And that's bigger.
That's bigger than life.
I love purpose, because I think when you're in it, it kind of, resources kind of just flow, and like you find that you're succeeding smoothly. I think the reason why we struggle so much in life is doing things out of purpose.
You have to find your purpose.
Yeah.
You have to find what your calling is. I know it's easier for some people than others, or some people find it much later in life. But once you find that, there's a way life just flows. Don't fight with life. Just flow with it.
Flow with it.
Life is an energy. It's flowing. Just flow with it.
Yeah.
And listen to what you're called to do.
Yeah.
That way, all these other side shows will remain on the side.
True.
And you'll focus on your goals and on your purpose in life.
You're wearing it well. You're wearing it very well.
I'm trying.
Yes. So tell us a little bit more now about Angie on bonds. I know money is a big topic in Kenya and Africa, I think globally. And I think everybody who's maybe written a book on money becomes an instant millionaire. So are you now a millionaire out of Angie on bonds? Tell us a little bit about bonds and how can we plug in?
Oh,
I know it's a big topic.
It's a huge topic.
Yes. And follow her on Angie on bonds.
Yes, Angie on bonds. It's my new baby.
Yes.
I love it so much. How did it even come about? Now when you're a single parent and these kids need you for their survival, literally.
Yes.
And you have your life. And like I've said, I love life. I love soft life. I love good life.
Yes.
And I've figured there's no one who's coming to save me. So I
to save yourself.
to save myself. And I've thought over the years, how do I achieve this life where I've given my kids the best I can and I'm living this life that I love? So, and it goes back to evaluating and reevaluating your finances and checking what works, what doesn't work. So we come as Africans, well, maybe let me say like as Kenyans,
Yes.
from a background, again, based on how we were brought up, where we follow a certain route.
Yes.
And a routine.
Yes.
And especially when it comes to money, we follow the same routine. What we saw our parents doing is what we follow.
Yes.
And majority of us, once you start making money, the first thing you're told is you need to have a shamba.
Yes.
You have to have a kamugoda somewhere.
Yes, Kapuloti
is a must.
Somewhere in Kamuru.
Kamuru, Joska, Siji, Wap, you have to have a kaburoti. Yes. So, of course, I got a kaburoti here and there.
Like everyone else.
Then I sat and thought, okay, halafu. It's not giving me the soft life that I want. It's just there.
Many plots at hatujui ziko wapi.
You don't even know where they are.
Hatujaienda kwa hiyo sako.
Yes. And you can't say, ati now I'm getting some money from that kaburoti.
Right now, try. You cannot yourself.
All you say is that hapa niko na milioni kama 5. Nilinunua 1 million. In the next 5 years, itakuwa milioni. But you don't have the 5 million.
True.
You don't. All you do is say, I have 5 million here, but
sitting
you don't.
somewhere.
So, and then the next thing you're told, you have to have a home.
Yes.
So we built.
Yes.
When I was still married. And well, of course, I moved out and to start life afresh with my children. And then I looked at that house, thought, okay, fine. What is this house bringing me? you know, there's something when you're married, you don't really. I don't know what happens to our brains as women. The comfort as wives.
He's doing everything.
You're just sitting pretty. My husband will do. My husband does.
Yes.
In fact, I remember my mom one day calling me, telling me there's a caproti, another one here. Maybe you need to check on it. And I was like, that's the work of my husband.
Let him go check.
I go to work, but in terms of investments, that's the work of my husband. You know,
like the Bible tells us.
Yes.
No, does the Bible really tell us that? Let me not blame it on the Bible. But who told us that men are for... Yeah, because even I remember my mom used to tell us that like her money is for home, and my dad's money is for development, investment, such things. And I think that's how you're like schooled.
So you're schooled based on our culture, based on the religion that we grew up with, that as a woman, you just chill.
Yes.
So chilling, I chilled as I continued working, making money.
Yes, looking good.
But then one time I was like, okay, I'm on my own, so I need to figure all these out. So, and I thought, as an investment banker, I used to be a treasury bonds trader.
Okay.
But I used to be a trader. There's a difference between being a trader and being an investor. So I never invested in bonds.
Okay.
So I sat and thought, but I know how to buy bonds. I know how to trade. I know how to invest in bonds. Why have I never thought of that? You know, when you're in trouble, that's when your mind fungukas.
You become innovative.
You're like, those two, the light bulb moments.
Yes, because you have to get out.
Yes, because you have to think,
means.
How do I achieve this life? How do I raise these children?
Yes.
So I thought, okay, I need to get into bonds. So pole, I started getting into bonds. I knew how to invest. I knew the A to Z of bonds, so it was easy for me.
Okay.
And I was like, why have I never thought of it? So I started now converting those to mogodas, to brotis.
Into
bonds.
Liquidating and investing.
Investing in bonds.
Okay.
And then there's a way you set up a bonds portfolio such that you can have a monthly passive income that comes in like a salary.
Oh, that's
every month.
Oh, that's good to know.
There's no calling to find out has it been paid. It's automatically paid by central bank to your account. So I was able to do that because I knew.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, yeah, this is it. So I started talking about it because I love talking about my life because I know it inspires another woman out there, because I'm also inspired by other women when they talk about their journey.
Yes.
So I like talking
and
about
that's what
my
we're
life
doing
because
here.
of that. So I started talking about my investment in treasury bonds.
Okay.
So every other time I update on my social media, coupon inaingia, we are eating coupon. And that got an audience interest from people. Okay, what are these bonds? So I thought, okay, let me do it. Let me, again, through my mother, she taught me, if you're doing something, if you're getting into something, get into it fully. It's either you're doing it or commit. It's either you're getting into it, ama wachana nayo.
Okay.
So I created a channel, Angie on Bonds, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, again on social media, the same way I built Angie's Closet.
Okay.
And started advising people on what treasury bonds are, when they are issued, how they work. The audience grew, the inquiries grew. I had to set up an office because people are interested in coming and sitting down. So I was like, okay, I'll charge for advisory, because again, it's not paying my bills. It's Angie's Closet which pays my bills.
Yes.
But I need to charge for advisory consultation so that I can be able to help more people and not feel like it's too much work.
Yes.
Get some compensation out of it.
Yes.
And it has kept growing. And now I'm doing advisory even over the phone. I'm holding online group sessions where I explain. I have one coming up next Saturday. So it's been growing, and it's all about...
You call it just Angie on Bonds?
Just
how
Angie
do
on
people
Bonds.
get to know? Okay.
Just Angie on Bonds. When you go to Angie on Bonds, you'll get my contacts. You'll get everything under Angie on Bonds.
Okay.
So it's been growing, and the main thing is just helping people create what I created.
For themselves.
For themselves.
So do you do it for, like, for example, if I want to start, would you open for me the account, or how is it done?
I can do that. There's what we call nominee accounts if you don't want to open your account directly, where you have to go through a brokerage or investment firm.
Okay. Oh, it's like the way I would have a broker in an investment.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've partnered with Faida Investment Bank. So I'm an agent under them, and I'm able now to bring clients on board to help them invest on their behalf, so they can still buy bonds without doing it themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the minimum that someone can start with?
On bonds, you need a minimum of 50,000.
Okay.
Yes. And the beauty...
Is that for Mama Mboka, everybody, or...
So what's happening? Government is about to introduce, I hope it goes through, a hustler bond.
Okay.
They had introduced it earlier. It was called Emakiba, but they didn't give enough information, so it really didn't work.
Okay.
But they're about to reintroduce it where even the mama mboga, as little as maybe it's going to be 1K or 3K, I'm not sure, I'm waiting for the details, can be able to onboard on bonds. But you see, when you say minimum of 50,000, I know majority of people can get that because majority of people have investments all over the place without direction. And they just need to put all this money together and get into something pole pole, get into 50,000, then get into another 50,000. It's a long-term journey that you need to go slowly. And before you know it, you'll have built a portfolio that's giving you a monthly coupon, a monthly passive income.
So the coupon is the monthly income?
Yes, but coupon is paid, it's calculated per year. It's the return. Coupon is the return on bonds, calculated per annum per year, but it's paid out every 6 months.
And then the monthly?
So what you do, you buy different, because different bonds, there's so many bonds. There's a bond issued every single month.
Okay.
And different bonds pay coupon in different months. So you look for the bonds paying in the different months so that you're able to have a coupon every single month.
That's what an income is coming through.
Yes, that's what I'm calling creating a bonds portfolio that pays you a monthly
every
coupon.
month. Oh, that's amazing.
It's as simple as that.
Yes, but it was so complicated, but you've told it so well in a simple way.
It's very easy.
And anybody can go in.
Anyone can go in.
I believe because everybody's in some form of a chama.
Yes.
And is it safe, or is it this kind of money that we put and then imepotea?
So thing is, bonds are issued by the government. They are loans to the government. We give money to the government because it needs money, because whatever it collects is not enough and they need to bridge the gap.
Okay.
Because the expenses are huge, more than they're collecting. Bonds have been there for like forever, for a very long time.
Okay.
And bonds hold the least of risk when it comes to investment.
Okay.
Name an investment and I'll tell you it's at a higher risk than the bonds.
Okay.
And the main investors in treasury bonds are big institutions like banks.
Okay.
Banks are the main investors, pension firms, insurance companies, the likes of money market funds, which have become popular all of a sudden. You know, we are Kenyans and we tunafuatananga, you know, we just follow each other.
Tukinunua ploti,
kila mtu anaingia hapo. Now everyone is on MMF. I'm not sure they even understand. Tunaingia kwa hiyo. You know, that's what we do. So they've become very popular. But MMFs are also part of, they invest largely on bonds.
Okay.
So everything lies on bonds, our investment. So are they safe? They carry the least risk. What is the risk? The risk will be if government will collapse, if our economy collapses, then you can end up losing maybe part of that investment. What are the chances of our government collapsing?
Very hard.
It's very hard.
Let's pray it doesn't ever.
I don't think it's going to happen. And if it ever does,
I'm sure it is reinsured.
It's not an easy thing for government to just collapse because it will affect every other sector of our economy.
Yeah. So that would be like the last result.
As a last resort, it will come tumbling down. I don't think we are there or anywhere near there.
Yeah. So you would tell people it's a safe
investment. And as per the book, facts, it carries the least of risk when you compare to other investments.
Yeah. Hey, that's good new education to me, to be honest. I have never paid attention, so I am sure I will have to look for you again to come back here and educate us. I would personally be interested.
Okay.
Yeah. So how do you finally integrate the busy mom, the Angie on bonds, Angie's closet, single lady, hot? How do you integrate all these things?
Doing life as a single mother who's running now 2 businesses, feels like juggling various balls.
Many balls are in the air.
They are all in the air. It feels like you're dropping most of them.
Yes.
That's how it actually feels, and it stresses you out because you feel like you're losing them. They're falling.
Yes.
But in essence, they're not really falling. It's not a balance. It's at any point you need to focus on one thing.
Yes.
So I can say maybe this day and this day I'm focusing on the children. So if they don't see me in the next 2-3 days and I have to come home in the evening, late in the evening, they'll have to understand I have work to do. We can't just sit there, Netflix and chill and chat. I have work to do, and they understand. And then when I'm there, I'm really there with them, and I can spend the whole day at home with them, doing a lot of shenanigans. There's nothing much we are doing, and that's the most interesting bit of parenting.
Yes.
When I'm at Angie's closet and it's time to shoot, because I model my own clothes, I enjoy that. Again, it's fun.
Yeah, I see
Then
you a
I'm
lot.
there. Then I'm there with my team, catching up and just checking what you're meant to be doing. So it's not really balancing. It's just at any one point you're doing this or focusing on that or focusing on that.
Yes.
Then you keep rotating, and then don't forget yourself. I love traveling. So every once in a while, I'll have a travel scheduled, and I'll get out of the country for like a week, and I'll just be out there
Alone or with the kids?
alone.
Sometimes you go alone.
Sometimes I go alone because it's me time.
Yes.
If it's with the kids, then I'll be with the kids out there.
I love that. That's self-care.
So I have to, it's a rotation.
Yes. And I like that. So that's integrating actually.
Yes.
So when you're at Angie's closet, you focus. When you're at Angie on Bonds, you focus. You do the best you can at every.
At every one,
You show up
you
in
just
the
show
best
up.
way
Yes.
you can.
And on those days when you can't, and sleeping is all you can afford, because there are days you're unable to even get out of bed, you say it's okay. You breathe out, you breathe in, you breathe out, and say it's fine. Tomorrow is another day. And you
Yes.
stay in bed.
Yes. Self-care. We have to refill our cup.
Otherwise, we'll crumble.
Yes, and you get more from an empty one. I love that. I've enjoyed this conversation. I don't want it to end. I see Mary over there telling me, cut. It was a lovely, lovely conversation, Angie. And we must come back. Mary, we have to get her back. Yeah, next time we'll come back, you'll tell us about bonds, and you'll tell us about what those, but you're amazing. You're a great mom. You're doing well. We love your clothes on Angie's Closet. We are your customers, and we're calling everybody to follow you and purchase and look good. And I love that you've said when you're in a difficult situation, focus all the negative and positive energy into purpose and passion, and you will get some good results, like we have seen on your Angie's Closet and now in your new journey for Angie on Bonds. I'm sure a lot of women will rely on you for support, for advisory, so that we can be able to channel and make good money out of our investments, consolidate. Thank you so much. You're amazing. So please give us your final remarks before we close. What would you tell a mama out there, especially maybe a mama who is going through divorce right now and is worried about how they will navigate?
I'd say so many things, but I can't say very many things. But let me just say, whatever it is that you're going through as a woman, as a mother, not just divorce, because even after divorce, there are so many other issues that you stumble upon, and you're like, so that wasn't the worst that can happen to me. There's even worse. Thing is, whatever it is that you find as a stumbling block along the way, just know there's life after that. It's not the end of life. You'd be shocked by how great life on the other side is. So just find a way of getting over it and know that life is greater after that. So don't just sit and feel like, oh, this is it, this is the end. No, life is beautiful. Let's live it.
Awesome. And let's live it. After the storm is huge calm, and after dark is dawn. So we keep going.
We keep going.
Yes. And who knows, maybe it's better ahead.
It is always better ahead.
Ahead, isn't it?
I always
it's
like
adventurous.
It's adventurous.
Because you don't know.
Yeah. So life is beautiful. Let's live life, and life with a purpose.
Yes. Almost like you're living it. Thank you so much, Angie. I can't thank you enough. And I told Mary, because she's over there trying to cut our time, we shall have you back here for follow-up, especially on finance, because I believe my mom said that she would rather all women were empowered financially.
Yes.
Because she used to tell us, we are 3 sisters, I pray that none of you will ever have to ask for money to buy sanitary towels. And I thank her so much for that knowledge, because we are all empowered women, and we can sit at the table to discuss investments, but not money for salt, not money for food.
Yeah.
And that makes you a confident woman.
Yes.
And so I really would like us to follow up on finance and on financial management for mothers, so that we can continue empowering more of us to ensure that we are financially free. And as we were talking when we were outside there, we can maybe go for a cruise.
Yes,
For
without
2
worrying
weeks,
about, I don't know,
without
bills
worrying
for a
about
month.
children. I don't know who is, my clothes, have they landed from China? How is this shop looking?
Yes.
You know, like we can just go and relax.
And
But I
you can-
love that you're doing that. So for us women, self-care is very critical. Financial freedom is important. Being whole is so important, so that we can give. We are rich inside because we are expected to give a lot. Yes, we are expected to give a lot. So thank you so much. Thank you, our audience, for listening to this conversation. Thank you so much, Angie, for pouring yourself. And we
Pleasure.
look forward to having further conversations. Follow us on our YouTube channel. Follow Angie on all her social media pages, Angie's Closet and Angie on Bonds, so that at least we can all build together. And while we build together as women, we become better. We raise better kids. We build our country together. Thank you so much, and goodbye.